an interesting find made by Russian scientists in an area that used to be occupied by Germany after World War II, after the Nazis behind Adolf Hitler had invaded into parts of Russia. This Alexandra Land was a very key spot. It's not talked about very much, but here recently, Russia has been going to the north in the Arctic, Siberia, all over the place, the border of their country, fortifying it, building new bases, putting up runways, even in the frigid, cold places. But this Alexandra Land was a key spot. Now, scientists set up shop here at this hidden base. This is only 1,000 kilometers from the North Pole. It was constructed in 1942. Well, apparently after the Germans invaded in there, they snatched up this spot, had this tiny little hidden base, but the scientists there got poisoned from eating polar bear meat. They had to be rescued by a German U-boat. They were taken out of there, and then it basically sat lost to the hands of time till 72 years later here, where these scientists have gone through, and the reason being is Russia is looking to establish their own military base here. Now, this spot they were using to basically keep a bead on the weather. Now, that is important. You have to have a good bead on weather to know where to position the troops, where you can send your ships, and all that good stuff. But this has many believing, just by the code name, Schatzgraber, which means treasure hunter. Many think there was more to this. And let me just add to this. They don't teach you this in the history books in school, but the fact is this. Hitler was hell-bent on finding ancient technology. This is why he traveled around the world, waged war in many of the countries that he went into. He traveled to different places like Tibet, places he couldn't wage war, seeking guidance and information about ancient technology. This is also why they went to Antarctica and there was a massive battle down there that is documented. One in which the United States lost. Battling this Vimana aircraft that the Germans had control of. And after the World War it ended, all those German scientists were brought to where? The United States through Operation Paperclip. To me, all the wars they're waging now, anyway, are the same thing. They're not after oil and all this other crap. They're after ancient technology. This is why they went into the biblical Mesopotamia, Iraq, where the Tower of Babel was put up, all the way back to Nimrod. They flattened Libya because of what lies underneath the sands there. And they want the same thing in Syria, where the largest cut stone in the world is protruding out of the ground. They can't mimic it. They can't move it. It is so massive, and they can't explain how it got there. And I'm telling you, there's more hidden under the sands in Syria than what any of them want to admit to you. I have personal buddies that served in the military who looked me in the eyes and told me in their own missions that they were out there not just fighting a war, but they were digging in the deserts. And this was right around the time where they had discovered what they had said looked to be the burial of Gilgamesh. And then all of a sudden, the body and all that on a U.S. cargo plane, all of it went missing. They didn't know where it went. That's bullshit. That is a lie. They're lying to you left and right. All these wars are a stage to divide the people. This planet was once set up on a power structure where these pyramids that all sit on one line, so obvious, they were drawing the energy off the ley lines in the inertia of the earth, and they served as huge power conductors. Free energy. But they can't have that here now, because then they lose control. You see? You have free energy when the lights go out. It doesn't affect you. It's a whole different ball game. And this is what they've robbed us all of. And if you don't know your history, you're doomed to repeat it. These are the things that interest me out here. These mysteries of our history. What they're protecting. Why is every single military vessel on the globe surrounding the North Pole? Not on the ground, in the ocean. How come every expedition that has ever been launched to go there has been denied and shut down? It's time people realize what's really going on here. All the rest is just a staged circus, all the way down to the election in this country. They are the puppet masters. This is how they keep their control. Till you realize that you're still sleeping. I'll leave a link. But I can guarantee you one thing. Our military is on the same mission that Hitler was on. And it's to find the buried ancient technologies that are out there. And they know it. So when you look at the map where they're waging war, think about that. In the history of every single one of those countries and what could be there. I will continue to update. And yeah, through all this cyber stuff we've been going through, it looks like Twitter's back up on my end. But you can always hit me up, dabu7yahoo.com, if you want to get anything to me. As long as that's not down as well. For all of you out there that need to stock up on medical supplies, check out our recent sponsor here at the Essential Drugstore. I'll leave links for all this in the description. It's been Dabu7. Eyes open.